All right, what up, guys? It's your boy 90 Soul back at it again. Doing a unboxing review of a shoe that I've waited for almost 2 decades to pick up again. I haven't had this shoe since 2002, so definitely a long time coming. It's a shoe that I had back in high school that I fell in love with. It's a shoe a lot of people are in love with. It's not just me. This is definitely a popular shoe amongst, sneakerheads, non-sneakerheads, you know, sports people, non-sports people, anybody and everybody seems to love this shoe. And then Nike, just as of recently, has kind of come up with a new, more innovative um, update to the shoe. I mean, it shares a lot of the characteristics of this shoe. Um, they built it off the model of this shoe, but it a little bit more new age with the upper and the air pocket and all that. And I'll get all into that in just a minute. But definitely a shoe I've been waiting to get. So let's get into it. So what we have here is the Air Max 93. Um, this was obviously a popular runner, back in the day, just because of that, air pocket and the upper and everything. It's just this is quintessential 90s running shoe. I mean, this is definitely something that's timeless as far as in the Nike shoe silhouette type look. Like I said, the 270 that Nike has just started releasing was built off the basics of this shoe. They kind of just changed. They changed the overall look. It does look completely different, but from the most part, if you look at it and you knew Nike shoes from the 90s, you knew that that's what it was from. I knew that before I even, read the backstory on it. So, this is the shoe that started it all. And this, for me, this is my number one shoe. I mean, I've had Jordans, all kinds of Nikes, and now as of recent Adidas and everything, this is still gonna always be my number one shoe. Maybe not the number one shoe in my collection. I have other shoes in my collection that I would consider my number one shoe in my collection, but overall, for silhouette wise, growing up my entire life, this is my number one shoe. When I was in high school, I was only like a sophomore in high school. I think he was a senior, maybe a junior, senior. He had a pair of all black Air Max 93s with a little bit of color. So it had a maroon swoosh, a maroon, and I think with a metallic silver kind of fade in the air pocket. When I saw those shoes, man, I fell in love. And back then, I mean, that was a couple years after their release, so or at least a year after their release. So I wasn't sure if I would ever get that shoe. Back then there was no restocks. There definitely wasn't much of a resale game or anything. I mean, this is back in 94, 95 that I seen them. So I was lucky enough to come across them at a Champs, reduced in price, like clearance priced. Luckily enough, my father, he bought them for me. I was amazed by that he actually bought them for me. Um, but definitely a shoe I wore day after day, no matter what I was doing, whether it was for gym, whether it was going to the gym, whether it was, just casual going out, whatever it was the shoe that I wore. And back in like '02, they released it again. I think I actually found it at a Nike outlet. I didn't even know it had released again. I found it at a Nike outlet, so I picked it up again. And I know they released a lot of OG colorways like last year or the year before that. They released the menthols and the blue and orange. I think the blue and greens, and I get it. Those are definitely the OG colors. This is an OG color, but the ones I really want, all black with a little bit of silver, a little bit of maroon. That's what I'm really waiting on. And I don't know if Nike's ever gonna re-release that colorway. I'm hoping to. I know they've put this on ID, so hopefully they'll give us some options. Right now, the options are very small. Um, so that's the only reason I didn't do those, and I just went for these is because I'm tired of waiting to get this shoe. It's something I wanted another pair of. I was expecting a little more from the colorway. I mean, it's kind of hard to see because of the lighting. This is kind of a blue, like a obsidian blue, black collar, and then this they're calling chili pepper red. It's more of like a hyper red orange kind of color. It's translucent on the swoosh and on the back, and then obviously in the air pocket. So Not too hot on this colorway, but again, I wanted a pair. You know, the chunky dad sneaker look is what's in right now. So this is kind of along that same styles. You know, when you can't really afford to just drop 700 on a pair of wave runners or whatever they're at right now, this is definitely a nice alternative because, you know, a lot of people like this shoe, so it's kind of a win-win from that aspect. Again, I'm really hoping they continue with the colorways. I know they're coming out with an all black, but the white midsole kind of kills it for me. I don't think I'm gonna pick those up, but you never know. I might end up doing an all white on the IDs. I don't know, but we'll see. Um, the material itself, I mean, it obviously could be a lot better. I mean, it looked like a suede at first, but it's just kind of like a felt. I don't really know what the material actually is. You know, the white is obviously a synthetic leather. You can kind of see it crinkles up when you push on it. I mean, you kind of see it. See how it kind of wrinkles up? I mean, it does it extremely a lot on the toe. That's not, to me, that's not real good quality. I don't remember what the originals used, so I'm assuming it was better quality, but who knows nowadays. I mean, Nike has been doing better with their materials, but obviously where they can save money, they will. So, only thing that really kind of bothers me is this blue and black. I don't know why I didn't notice that when I bought them, but this being a black collar with this kind of darker off blue kind of clashes. I don't know. So obviously wearing pants or whatever, you're probably not going to see that anyways. So I'm not too worried about it, but not necessarily feeling this. I just really wanted to get a pair and finally start wearing them again. So that's why we're at where we're at. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a top, you know, 2 or 3 shoe for you? Is it something that you definitely want to see Nike do more of? If you can, please hit the thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe if you can. I'm trying to grow the channel. Gonna hopefully continue to do some more unboxings. I'm gonna be picking up some more obscure, you know, not necessarily hype shoes, but definitely shoes that I want to have in my collection. Kind of do a review for you guys, let you know what I think, let you guys kind of get a closer look of them. But again, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Peace.